Hello, everyone. Welcome again to Find Ways to Win. I am your host, FitzgeraldStephens. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you had an awesome day. Hope you had the day you planned for, you worked for, and you strive for. Appreciate the new subscribers yet again. I just want to make that my mantra for this time being. Thank you. I had some conversation with some great people I met today. Was telling them about the channel, and they decided to give me a try, and to go ahead and review some things and see what we have to say over here at Find Ways to Win. Beautiful day down here in Tampa, Florida. For those of you who do not know the Central Florida, the Tampa market, incredible, awesome city. Several championships, and notably in the last couple of years, back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals with the hockey, and last year's Super Bowl champions. Just a lot going on in this city, but it rains a lot during the summer here. That's one thing they don't put on the brochures, when you get ready to travel. But if you can get past that, every other thing is really, really great about the city. Good beaches, good food, good people. Just a great atmosphere to create. And so just want to get into a couple things here that came across my mind. I just want to share with you guys. The title of this stream is Create Opportunities, Let Others Compete. Create opportunities, let others compete. Now, what do it sounds like it's self-explanatory. And it is, but the way it isn't. Okay, we know that we live in a competing society, but the society that people are creating for limited amount of sweet opportunities, or limited amount of contracts, or whatever they're trying to get, whatever they're trying to use their skills to attain that would put their company over to the next level, that will put them over to the next level. I want to let you guys think about a twist from this going forward. With so much competition going on, why don't you put the odds in your favor by creating your own opportunities and let people compete for the opportunities you have created? Now, this is going to be you're thinking like a business owner. You're thinking like a do-it-yourself project. You're thinking like an entrepreneur, not only in business, but your life. You see, when you create opportunities, you're on the top. When you create something and you bring something to value that the marketplace is willing to pay you for, is something fresh, innovating, revigorating idea. You don't have any competition at it. You're the first one to get in base and get that out to market. People are going to be competing, to get in on the opportunity that you created. You are the person I'm talking to. And so it takes some time to realize that that you can bring things to market. You can bring new revolution ideas to the marketplace, revolution services and products to the marketplace that people will in fact pay money for, and people will see the value in it. Investors will see the value in it, will be willing to invest in your companies, whether it's an angel investor or bankers, or even if you're raising private capital. But you have to be one of those people who look, how can I create something? Because I'm going to tell you, even though they're saying that like the jobs are plentiful, especially during this pandemic time, and they're saying like we can't get people to work. It may be some truth to that, but if you're having this much trouble finding people to work, maybe you need to examine as a company what you're doing. Are you paying proper wages, the wages that people can make a good living or decent living to take care of their family? Are you giving them perks and benefits? Are you creating a good atmosphere for us for them where they want to be with you? So that's on another sidebar. I will say, for those of you who are able to work and you refuse to work because you think you got to start at a certain price and you think you're too good for work, or shame on you. You take the opportunity, and if you find a way to win, to create more value to the company, or even create something of value for yourself, you can more than increase your lot in life. So let's get back to the point of where we're going on right now. Have you ever had a great idea? Have you ever had an epiphany that this would be neat if I brought it to the marketplace, no matter how mundane or simple that you think it is, or no matter how many people that you think wouldn't really be involved in it? Have you ever came across something in your mind like, this would be neat if somebody would do this? Well, that somebody, ma'am, sir, is you. Why don't you look at ways and develop your minds and what can I bring to the marketplace? People are becoming millionaires off of waters that squirt, off of cards, off of games, off of makeup tutorials, off of selling books online, off of giving plant tutorials and showing how to detail cars. You get the idea? They just brought it to the marketplace. I'm willing to bet that many of you, under the sound of my voice, have come up with this idea. You failed to move on it, only years later to see your idea already in production. And you're like, gosh, I thought of that. I thought of that, but you didn't move on it. And so someone had the same idea that you had. They went down and they trademarked it. They got copyrights, so they built websites, and it's an idea that came to you. Maybe the name is different, but the product is the same. And lo and behold, they are very, very successful, opening up office spaces, got people working, creating opportunities for people. And while you're sitting up there looking like, wow, man, I should have did, I should have, but you procrastinated, and that door is gone. So now you got to come up with something else. Since I've been working, I got my first job, I believe, when I was like, probably about maybe 9-10 years old. I used to have a paper route, and I would deliver newspapers. And man, those papers, especially the Sunday papers, God, they were so heavy. And so I went out there and parlay, because I just didn't want. I just wanted extra money in my pocket, And at that time, I was growing up in a single parent home with just my mother and my two younger brothers, and I just wanted some of my own stuff, and I just liked entrepreneurship. Even back then, I didn't know what it was, but I just liked the idea of just having resources in my pocket. And I further knew that I had to get out there and work for them. So I didn't have a problem with either one. And so I just always looked at things and try to see, what can I do to earn my own living without necessarily depending on someone to give me a job. How can I do that? Now, of course, I've taken jobs throughout my career, and now I have a job right now, but that's not my mindset. What I'm trying to say, how can I create opportunities for me that where I can create residual income streams, and I'm happy to say I'm already involved in that. I can create residual income streams, that money is that's going to work for me. How can I create income streams and use them to create other income streams, and eventually have people working with me? I don't believe in people working for me, and working with me, and by bringing something of value to the marketplace that people are willing to pay for. Well, the first thing, if you're going to think like that, you can't have like an employee type attitude. You can't see yourself like, I want to go out there and find me a good job. If that is your thinking, it's going to shut down the creative processes that you're going to need to be able to build opportunities instead of going out there and competing. You have to have a fresh eyes when you look at things. You have to start what's in your hands. You have to look at what's in your hands and what you do well, or what you're good at, and things that you're really drawn to. And then you got to say, hey, is there a market that's willing to pay for this idea? Is there a market that's willing to pay for this new invention that I created? Is there a need for it? Does it solve a need at this point in time that people will be willing to pay for? And I suggest that you have that. I say that you ought to go for that. I mean, you can still work your job and work on your main source, work your main source of income, while you're creating opportunities for yourself and eventually others, so that eventually those opportunities are going to be your income and even supplant your income more than what you're doing right now, and where you are the one just totally completely controlling controlling the course and direction of your life financially. I mean, the universe works by ideas, among other things. Now, God has given us this beautiful thing called imagination, and we're able to literally go in our imaginations and be anyone we want to be, create anything we want to create, visualize and see anything we want to see. Now, that's a powerful thing, because if you have this special gadget, or the special service in your imaginations, you don't even need to really see exactly how everything is going to come. You can just visualize, and then the product can be already grafted in your mind, and then you can work backwards using reverse engineering to bring it into fruition. I mean, I like great entrepreneurs, great minds. I mean, we're looking at one that comes to mind is Elon Musk. This gentleman gets out here. He holds Canadian, South African, and U.S. citizenship. He a brilliant creator, a brilliant entrepreneur. Just goes his own way. Creates this revolutionary system called PayPal, a payment processing platform. Parlays that into Tesla. Even with all these well-established brands, from BMW to Mercedes to Lexus to dozen others, Tesla comes in the market and makes a very, very valuable mark, one of the most valuable car company in the world. And then he also makes SpaceX. Just creating these opportunities, and where many people would have thought there was no opportunity to be created. I mean, Steve Jobs did the same thing with the iPad, the iPhone, and many other revolutionary products that came out of Apple. And he just was constantly creating and constantly getting stuff out there in the marketplace, and thus making great opportunities for himself and great opportunities for everyone else. Now people are competing to be product manager of one of his many platforms, or the same thing with Jeff Bezos, being a sales manager, or things where this man created out his ideas. Well, you can do the same thing. Now before you start getting into the attitude that's going to beat you, that's going to keep you broke, that's going to keep you right the heck where you are, saying, yeah, but you don't know my story, and they had this and they had that. If anyone listened to me on my other streams, whether I did with my on Find Ways to Win, or when I did them on with Search for Uru with Diane Samir, excuses don't serve you. No, so we with this channel is for doers. This channel is for winners. This channel is for eagles, people who want to soar, and people who have that I can do attitude. It's not for those that say, like, I want to be great, but I can't. I like what you're saying, but this is a good title for you for the show, but I can't do things because I'm a woman. I'm too old. I'm single. I'm too young. I'm disabled. I'm black. I'm gay. I'm straight. I'm African. I'm Asian. I'm Caucasian. That doesn't fly. See, the marketplace doesn't care anything about that. It really doesn't. The marketplace cares about, are you bringing something to value that fits a need or provides a service that people are willing to pay you for? And are you fitting something? Or are you, in addition to that, is there a way that you can see that there could be a regional, a statewide, a countrywide, or even a global need for your product? That's called creating an opportunity. Now, you may not be able to bring it into fruition with yourself. You may have to go get someone who knows how to design what you're trying to do. You may have to find someone who knows how to put the components together of organization and distribution. But nevertheless, you hold on to the idea. The idea belongs to you. You just have to have the kanonas to get out there, search out the individuals you need to search out to bring your idea to pass. That's what it means to create opportunities. Many people have taken opportunities that's already well established, and they put a new twist on it. Many people have created opportunities that has actually eliminated things and made that technology, that product, kind of archaic because they brought something new to the marketplace. I was in a store today, and there was a gentleman about my age, and he was reading a newspaper, and he and I struck up a conversation. I remarked to him, "Wow, you don't hardly see people read newspapers anymore." Well, back in mine, in his generation, that was common knowledge. A common occurrence, should I say? But people would go in, whether they're stopping at a diner, getting a cup of coffee, or you see them in restaurants. You see people hiding behind newspapers, just because that's what we did. We read papers. Now you see people pulling out their smartphone. So much so that you don't hardly, if you see someone reading a newspaper, it really sticks out to you. How many of you guys remember the pay phones where you used to go in and put dimes and quarters in that? It's almost like a booth, like that you go in and close the doors for privacy, and they had them all over. There was a time pay phones were very plentiful in every major city, throughout this country, United States and Canada, and throughout Europe. It was just common thing. When is the last time you seen a payphone? Because everything has went to this little held hand computer called a smartphone, where the technology has now changed banking. Technology has changed the way we actually go get groceries. You can actually order groceries and not even leave the comfort of your home. You can order a car and have it delivered, right to your home or your office. Things are changing right now, but someone thought of that technology. Someone said, "Hey, the marketplace is going to pay for this." And so I see a global opportunity. If I can get to the market first, if I can get this idea solidified, if I can get the components in place, and then I will create opportunities and let other people compete for them. I will create opportunities and let other people compete for them. See, when you're creating opportunities, you ain't never at the mercy of someone, the mercy of someone thinking you're beholden to them because they're giving you a job. There is a type of income called residual income. There's a type of income called passive income. There's a type of income called dividends and royalties and residuals. There's also a type of income called earned income. Earned income is what you work for. The other ones, the other ones that I named, they work for you. They're coming in once you do the work. You keep getting paid as long as that product is being used or consumed somewhere. This is what I'm trying to get you to start creating stuff. If you're looking in this stage like, man, I gotta find a job. In a lot of ways, you're right. I agree with that. You do gotta find a job. But more importantly, I want you to turn the switch a little in a different direction. I have to create opportunities for myself. And I have to create opportunities for myself that I control, that's going to bring me income, and then I'll let other people compete to get in on those opportunities. Let others compete. I'll just create opportunity. I am a creator. I look at ways how I can bring stuff to the marketplace. Your job, the primary function of your job is not to pay your bills, ladies and gentlemen. It's not to necessarily the meet your needs. That's an important part. The primary thing of your job is for you to parlay that into a side hustle, into something that you own and you are building equity in. That's what your job, the first thing what you think about the income that you have for your job, you want to be investing in you. You want to be creating something. There was this gentleman named H. Clement Stone. He founded this company called Combined Insurance, which is still very much active right now, although it's been absorbed by a larger company. But he said this. He said, if you can't save 10% of your income, the seeds of greatness are not in you. If you can't now, when you save that 10%, what are you doing with it? You're reinvesting it. Who are you reinvesting in? You're reinvesting in you. Why are you reinvesting? Because you want to use that 10% to create other revenue streams for you. Ultimately, the game is that you're building equity in yourself. You're building something that you and your family can own that will take care of you and your families throughout generations. That's the end goal. It's not just to work and pay bills. Although working and paying bills is important, it's not prominent. It shouldn't take precedent. So many times I hear people, I need a job just to pay my bills. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's true. You do need a job, but it's very, very untrue that you need it just to pay your bill. Create your bills. Create opportunities. Let other people compete for them. Figure out a way to do something better. Figure out a way to bring something to the marketplace that's better, that's revolutionary, that people are willing to compensate you for, that you can control, that has a tendency to create jobs for other people and is yours. No one can fire you from that. If you decide to leave it, you sell it, and then you get out and create something else. That's how the wealthy people. One of the ways the wealthy people really play the game. They are investors. They look for returns on their money. They'll put an idea together, and it'll serve them for a while, and maybe they'll sell it, and or maybe they'll keep it in the family and will it down through the generation. But nevertheless, because they own that ideal and they own the revenue and all the benefits that came from it, their family's taken care of, and they're serving a niche in the world that their product and goods and services is satisfying, and their family is sending out help wanted ads or on a job board, or they're looking for talent to plug into all those opportunities that other people are competing for because they created something. And so it's just a matter of how you look at your thinking, how you switch your thinking. Old keys will not open up new doors. Old keys will not open up new doors. You have to see things through different eyes. You have to look at yourself as not as deficient, but abundant. You have to look and say, like, what can I do? How can I make this better? Many of you guys are working on a job right now. They're doing great stuff, and they're doing some things, and it's inspiring you to do some things. Now, provided you haven't really sign a non-compete contract like sometimes companies do. But let's just say you get an epiphany. You're on a job, like, man, I can make a process. I can make a process, whether distribution or logistics. I can make this better. I can make a system better that I can bring to the marketplace. You guys ever heard of a company called Salesforce? I mean, the founder of that, Mark, he just put an incredible management system together. I mean, before then, there was a huge management system called the Franklin Planner. Franklin Planner, I used to have one of those. I had them for years. It was like a notebook, and you write everything down by hand. It's a very, very efficient system, but it's nowhere near like Salesforce. I mean, it's nowhere near the prominence of far as that. Still an organizing system, and still an organizing system, but has nowhere near the cloud. Why? Salesforce was digital. It was able to go interactive. It was able to do simple little things, and streamline simple tasks and events, and streamline and go with other platforms, and boom, all of a sudden, people the worldwide are asking for this Salesforce type of CRM system. Made Mark a billionaire, but did he really bring anything? Did he really bring anything different? He brought an organizational system. He just approached it different. So you can do the same thing. You can put a fresh twist on an existing idea, or you could come up with something totally new and bring that to the marketplace. When people, if it fits the need, and if the timing is right, you can actually do very, very well for yourself financially and help society. And you literally will be able to create opportunities for people that they will more than try to beat your door in to get a hold of your idea, to get a hold of willing to work with you, because they see they see something that's very valuable that can create an income for them and their families. So don't get in the position where you're thinking, like, okay, I got to go out here and find jobs. I got to hunt a job. I got to get a better paying job. It comes a time where you're going to have to put that plow down. You're going to have to take your hands off of that wheel, and you're going to have to really, really sit down and ask yourself, wait a minute. Okay, this looking for job stuff, going back and forth. I'm getting older. It's the same old rudimentary, redundant, boring type stuff. I don't want to keep doing this. I certainly don't want to keep doing this and up being in my 60s, my 50s and 40s and all that kind of jazz. What can I do to create opportunities? How can I create opportunities for me and my family? Because if I'm creating opportunity, I'm never at a deficit. If I had the ability to create ideas, I'm never at a deficit. And then I can go out there by me creating ideas. I'll let other people compete for the opportunities I've already created. That's how you play the game, ladies and gentlemen. Think like an entrepreneur. Think like a winner. Think like a businessman and woman that you are. Creative thinking and critical thinking is very, very important to develop. Now, you develop creative thinking by a couple things. Meditation is a huge part of it. Just sitting down and just throwing ideas out there, just looking at something, just letting ideas just come to your head, and just focusing on something, and allowing God just to open up your mind. Or you have great networking sessions with people who are smarter than you, and people who are on their game very well. And you just listen to the conversations that they have. When you're sitting around winners, I assure you the conversation is going to be much more different than sitting around people who are not concerned about winners. I don't like to call people losers. I don't like that saying, but don't hang around losers. But maybe people haven't found their way, but you don't have to hang around them until they do. You're trying to get somewhere. And you develop critical thinking analysis. You look at seeing the end from the beginning. Look at analyzing something, breaking it down in its parts, reverse engineering it, and to see how this fit, see how this makes sense. Get out of your vocabulary and out of your life. I'm just going to see what happens. And think like a winner. Think like a winner. Start small. Start small from where you are right now. Study people who are already have a reputation for being great innovators and great creators and great minds, and read their books, listen to their podcasts. Maybe send them an email and pick their offer to go to lunch with them, pay for lunch, whatever it takes for you to get inspired in order to create. Because money comes by ideas. Money comes from ideas. Money is plentiful the world over. It truly is. But money comes from ideas, along with resources, yeah. But money comes from ideas. Mostly intellectual capital is what's ruling the world right now. So something for you guys to think about. and something for you guys to move on. When we hear over find ways to win, when we come on, we're trying to empower you. We're trying to get you to see things different. We're trying to help you win. We want to see you prosper. It's not this just getting by and this old status quo. Enough of that, man. It's time to get on the bigger and better things with your life. It's time to a lot of ways to get these other little nuances out the way where you can get on with the business of living, and particularly the finances thing, and thinking that you don't have a purpose and living your life on your terms like you want to do. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. We thank you once again for the subscribers. Please hit like, subscribe, share on the stream. Please hit the notification button, and please leave your comments. I take my time to read them and respond back to them, especially at the point I am right now. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in, and remember, you too can find a way to win. God bless you all.